All right. I think we're live, buddy. I think
We
we are.
on here?
Let's go. I think we are up. Welcome to the
Uh,
Scotty King Breakdown Show, joined by my co-host, Jake Hunter. Buddy, tell the audience what you're all about.
how we doing, boys? Yeah, Scotty said my name's Jake. Met Scotty back in, oof, I don't know, Scott. What is it? 2010, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
So like 14 years we've been at it. We met in the Marines. We were on the same fight team for a while. We trained together. We pretty much kind of started up together. Scotty obviously kept it going a little bit more than I did, but but yeah, that's pretty much it. Been training martial arts pretty much my whole adult life. A lot of my teenage years, wrestled in high school, and I'm all about it. So I'm excited to meet everybody.
Yeah, dude, you fucking had some hands back in the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking threw down in Pancrase, what, 2011 and 12?
yep, yep, yep. Did a lot of that. Boxed a lot growing up in my teenage years too. It was always tricky to figure out what I liked more, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, or boxing. So, you
Right,
know,
right.
nothing
Dude,
like punching a dude in the mouth, though.
dude, you had boxing and wrestling coming into MMA, and then you started working jiu-jitsu with
Right.
me with I think it was Excel Jiu-Jitsu in
Yeah.
Oceanside.
Shout out to Corey Bennett, huh?
Yeah, Corey Bennett. Dude, apparently he's still around, fucking teaching people, dude.
Good for him. He was a savage.
Yeah, dude. He charged us $25. I don't know if you remember, but he only made us pay
Yeah.
$25 for the insurance.
Yeah.
Dude, we were
Yeah. He's a
training.
great guy.
Yeah, we were training the best. Like, dude, we were getting experience to like high level jujitsu back when no one even knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah, and that's a fact. And I think one thing to and remember there with that was we were what, 19. Did you lose me? Am I still there?
Yeah, you pop back in.
Hold on a second here. Am I back?
You're back.
Sorry about that. I had a call. Am I good?
Yeah. Put on your do not disturb. That'll help a little bit.
All right, now we're back.
Cool.
Sorry about that. One of the interesting things to take about from that was like, we were just starting out and, you know, we were just like, hey, we're taking fights. So there we are fighting in Pachanga and, these casinos like all in Southern California, traveling, making weight, still, doing your Marine Corps workouts every morning, slashing ourselves. And it's kind of wild to think about now as we're a little bit older.
Yeah, we were MMA wasn't allowed in California, so the only place that you could fight were on the Indian reservation. So for us, it was pretty cool to fight in a casino, right? So
Yeah.
it's like it's still pretty badass. But then when you realize why we're driving 3 hours to the middle of nowhere, it's like, oh, wait, it's actually illegal in the state of
Yeah.
California.
I think back then too it was a lot more fun for our friends in the casino. Me and you would have to weigh in. We're in bed, and all of our friends are at the pool parties and they're gambling. There we are just sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. And one of our favorite stories is grappling on a fucking golf course, right? Turf.
Yeah.
Random shit.
People were walking past us looking, thinking we were on drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, good days,
Can you
buddy.
hear me,
Good
buddy?
days.
You can hear me okay?
Yep, I got you.
You can hear me?
I do. I can.
Oh shit, I lost you though, buddy. Hold on one second.
So everyone knows we're just getting used to this here. So this is round one. So we'll get better as we progress with this.
Oh, there we go.
All good?
Yep, gotcha. All right.
Good.
Well, shit, buddy. Let's dip it. So the main reason we want to do this, we want to talk about the Jake Paul Jake Paul versus Mike Perry card, dude. Dude, let's get ready, buddy.
Yeah, I mean,
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Say again.
What are your thoughts?
As far as the top event here, just the Jake Paul event,
Yeah.
I thought that they did a really good job. I thought as a promotion, I thought that it looked very professional. I thought it was great. I hate to admit it, but I really do like what the kid's doing. I think every time we see him, he gets a moon's age better. Now, I mean, you know, is Mike Perry the guy? Is he small? Yeah, he's all that, right? He's all the same things that we've all been complaining about Jake Paul and, picking fights per se. But I mean, the guy's obviously very, very talented. He's not easy to put away. I mean, I don't love that Jake Paul weighed in at 185 or whatever we weighed in at, and then shows up fight night at 235, and Perry might have been 180 pounds. So,
Right.
but I mean, I thought he moved well. I thought he moved laterally very well. I thought his left hand showed us some power that we've never seen before. And I'll tell you what, for a guy who's 10-1, I'm excited to see when he's 20-1. I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah. Well, dude, and so you could tell that the gloves changes everything.
Right.
You could tell that like Perry's very used to slightly moving right out of the way of people's knuckles. Because the main thing in bare knuckle boxing is making sure you just don't get cut like right on the meat of your face, right? So if you can just slightly move out the way, and then dude, you could just see that Jake Paul was taking like it's like he's hitting you with fucking cement pillows. Like he can like be off and literally push you down. I mean, it looked like when he hit him over the head, it was like kind of like a push, like get the fuck down, dude.
That's what happened. Mike Perry looked like a kindergartner, and Jake Paul was in 8th grade. He just pushed him right to the floor, and I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here.
And then,
but not to take anything away from Jake. I mean, I think minus that, Jake. I mean, it didn't even look like Perry belonged in the same building. So.
Yeah, I mean, he did get yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Size has a lot to do with that. You see that boxing. I mean, there's a reason why they do like 5-pound weight classes, like every 5 pounds.
Right.
The weight actually does matter. And then the gloves. What were they? I think they were 10 ounce
gloves. 10-ounce gloves, which, it's impressive. So, like I said, I think that the biggest problem, right, we all have in whoever's in the community or whatever is everyone's like gatekeeping everything all the time. You know what I mean? Like everyone's always hating. It's like, yo, hold on, let's all relax. Jake Paul's only 10-1. Before anyone even knows boxers, most of the time they got 30 professional fights under their belt. So let's just wait this out and see what the kid can do.
Right. Yeah, 100%. Dude, I cannot get this fucking thing to add sources, and it's pissing me off. Well, dude, and then he knocked him down multiple times.
Yeah, and got saved by the bell, at one point. So it really could have been 4 if there was 10 more seconds on the clock. And just to parry this, that might be a Mike Perry pun. I don't want Jake Paul to fight Mike Tyson, and I don't think anybody does.
Dude, no. That never made sense, but it's so funny that like the people of that generation or even the generation after,
dude.
They really believed that Mike Tyson could come back. And dude, obviously no one wants to be the guy to count Mike Tyson out, right? No,
I will. I will. I will.
Dude. And I mean, I'm telling you, man, everyone was asking me, what I thought and what they thought. Almost everyone I know took Mike. Everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Not a single person actually thought that Jake Paul was going to win, but I think after this fight, it's pretty obvious. But the main thing for me was, dude, I trained with 2 16-year-olds that have been training for 1 year, and dude, they're tough, dude. They're tough. Yeah. They can, obviously I catch them when I need to, but dude, I better come correct, dude. I better have my P's and C's, all my I's dotted, dude, because they're coming to get me. And dude, they're dudes training in fucking middle of nowhere, Houston, Texas.
Well, and and if you think about that, Scott, kind of back to what we started about when we were talking initially, like me and you were learning how to do this shit on a golf course behind a barracks in the
Yeah.
Marine Corps. You know what I mean? These kids are 16 years old training with a very, very talented black belt every single day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's gonna be a difference, right? And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to say about Jake Paul. This guy has millions and millions and millions of dollars and resources and has dedicated his life to this. Moved to an island where it's just him and his brother and his core team, and he has millions of dollars to invest in his nutrition and himself and his mentality. And it's like, no kidding that 1 year is going to be like 15 years of the guy who is in a boxing gym and there's 20 guys there and he might get 2 minutes of time with his coach, you know, like it's 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 crazy.
Right, right. Yeah. Everything is centered around Jake. And he's working with the best day in, day out. I mean, he has enough money that literally everything can be dialed in.
Yep. Yep.
Right? Nutritionist,
Yeah.
strength and conditioning.
Yeah, I mean, people are monitoring his sleeping schedule, Scott. You know what I mean? Like what? Like I don't know if this guy's allowed to go to the bathroom when he wants to when he's in camp. You know what I mean? Like everything is figured out for this man. And hey, good on him. A lot of people would take that money and just go run off and enjoy being a multimillionaire. And it's really cool to see Jake kind of give back a little bit. You know, and obviously the kid's a dog and loves to fight, right? That's first. But I think he is bringing a lot of eyes to boxing, and anyone who can't see that or doesn't appreciate that's just that gatekeeping, hating people. You know what I mean? But I can see where they're coming from too, though. So
yeah. Well, the thing with Jake, I mean, you could easily say he's helping these guys out, dude. He's putting them in front of a world stage and giving them an actual shot to win.
Right.
And I feel like he takes advantage of the style change. I think like him and his coaches know it's like these guys from other sports, they're not coming into the sweet science.
No.
And they're just not.
Right.
And they're taking advantage of that. So let's lead into the next thing, right? He calls out Alex Pereira like live, like in front of everybody. And
yeah.
Alex Pereira's on top of the world. There are people taking him over John Jones as greatest of all time right now. So they're saying he might be the greatest combat sports athlete of all time already, especially if he wins the next title because of all of his wins in kickboxing and what was it, Pride he was in it before, I can't remember, but he's been fighting for forever. So he's already at the pinnacle of the sport, and now Jake Paul calls him out. I mean, dude, that's fight of the ages if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're dead, dude. I think you're so on the money. I think that Pereira has definitely an argument to be. I mean, if he wins a third title as a heavyweight in the UFC, that's 3 weight division champion. I mean, you kind of start losing your. Now we all know the real deal, right? We obviously understand that. Your John Joneses, your George St. Pierre's, your Anderson Silva's, even like the other contenders for the greatest of all time have seen a lot bigger challenges and kind of went through a little bit more. Like Pereira getting knocked out by an 85-pounder kind of hurts it for me. I mean, I get it. It is Izzy. It's Adesanya, but I think that Jake is really freaking smart. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think that Jake is really, really freaking smart with these call outs because Pereira's got to have 4 fights left on his contract anyway. And I don't think Dana White's ever going to do a cross-promotion fight after. I mean, I think that it was successful with the McGregor-Mayweather thing. I just think that we all know at this point it's not going the MMA fighter's way when we do this. So, and Dana White only's got to get stung by a bee once, And either way, right, if Jake can keep his name in that hat for long enough, by the time Pereira is done, Pereira's going to be another old and maybe washed up UFC fighter that Jake Paul gets to add to the repertoire, So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, where are you at with it? I know you love Pereira, so this is gonna be. I'm anxious to hear this.
Well, so I think you're right, dude. I think I literally just saw them drop that he's gonna be fighting Ankalaev, Pereira. Right, so it's like as soon as the call out happens, the UFC counters like, no, we're going to keep them on the same path. I think they announced it for 309, so they're projecting John Jones versus Stipe, and then Pereira versus Ankalev on the undercard.
Mm. I like that for backups too. So if someone drops out, there's a next man up mentality there too. So I don't know. We all know what we want to see though. So whatever though. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you in and out real quick. Hold on. All right, yeah, it was a little off. Sweet.
Was it?
Yeah, I think the yeah, it sucks that we have to wait to watch the fights that we want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Just make the fight we want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we need to see John Jones and Prayer, and I think everybody's a little scared to talk about it until we see John Jones fight a little bit. I mean, I'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but because I want to just say John Jones is gonna maul him, but like I kind of want to see John Jones fight again, and then I think we have a different Pereira. We got a new and improved Pereira, and I think he gets better every time. I don't know how he hits so hard, but he does. I don't know, Scott. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, yeah, I think John Jones going after Stipe. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's like a little bit of a tune-up fight. Little bit of a tune-up fight. Like, yeah, I mean, he keeps saying that Stipe is the most decorated heavyweight of all time, but bro, that was what, a decade ago. This point, dude, so long ago, bro. Dude, I literally made a joke to one of my white belts, 16. He was talking about Stipe. I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure you were in like fucking elementary when Stipe was actively fighting. He's like, oh, and he counts. He's like, wait, I actually was. It's like, dude, you're like this 6th grade, bro.
And you know, time is not a professional athlete's friend.
No, dude, it comes to us all, bro.
Right.
So it's like, you know, there's already a narrative of this narrative is already out to the young kids. You know, like the young kids don't even know who Stipe is, and they think he's washed up. You know, and it's like they weren't even around to watch him when he was at his greatest. So it's like, I mean, I guess I see it makes a point since he tore his pec, he does need like going straight in against Pereira ain't going to be the move, but you know, feel himself out and get back in there, get an easy win, and then come into Pereira. That would be dope.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, so, dude, the next card coming up, speaking of the UFC, is UFC 304.
Yes.
So we got, let me pull it up here real quick. Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad. I think off the top, that's going to be a snooze fest, but we'll break down this card real quick. You know, there's there's a bunch of fights on this card. I mean, we got Muhammad Makayev versus Manel Cape, and that's going to be, I mean, that's one of the undefeated prospects in the UFC. So that's going to be fun to watch. We got a hometown, Houston, Texas UFC fighter at 4 Ounce Fight Club, Daniel Pineda versus Nathaniel Wood. The odds on that fight is insane. But I looked at this Nathaniel Wood guy, dude. He's got like 5 submission wins, which is pretty dope.
That's cool.
You gotta have some good jiu-jitsu to get 5 submissions in the UFC, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But the fights that we all want to see: King Green versus Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett. Dude, his parents weren't doing him any favors.
No, they weren't. Paddy the baddie.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like, you got Paddy Pimblett, which could be one of the dorkiest names. Then you got King Green, which could be one of the sickest names you could be named.
Right.
Well, who do you got, dude? Tell me what are your thoughts on this fight?
It's a challenge. It's for me. It's a pick 'em. You know, I don't think that, you know, Paddy. I know that Paddy hasn't fought in a while. I think that he tends to get out of shape, as we all know, when he's not training. I know that he just had kids too, twins. So we'll see how that affects everything as far as his conditioning, being in shape, and all that other stuff. Like I said, another guy who I mean, he looks blown out. He looks like he got stung by a bee when he's not in the UFC. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. And then looks like a superior professional athlete on fight night. It's weird. But I think he's very talented. He's resilient. He's been hit hard. I mean, he's got some decent wins. Beat Ferguson later in his career, you know what I mean, in Ferguson's career, which we don't even know how we feel about this version of Tony Ferguson anymore. But he still beat him. Bobby Green's a savage. You know, he's got kind of it all. He's got some submission victories, got some TKOs, got some KOs, and I think that Patty has much more to lose with this being his last fight on his contract. I think that Patty's not in the UFC for anything but to make money. And I mean, you know, I feel like his promotions have been like that. He comes in, he talks the loudest, you know, he's, you know, so it's big for him because if he loses, you know, he loses all his stock. You know, if he wants to go play with these celebrities and do that prize fighting stuff where he's, you know, grabbing Jake Pauls or, you know, all those type of guys. So I guess I'm gonna go with Patty though. I know. I don't really want to. I always love going for the American. I think that the audience will learn that about me very fast that I want every American to win. But I think Patty has a lot to lose and he knows it. So let's see. Who do you got?
Yeah, I think if here's the thing, I think Patty's going to try to make it boring, try to grapple him, stick to the outside. He's not going to want to bang with King, right? Like Green, he's good at making it a dogfight. So I see King marching forward, trying to land shots. Patty staying to the outside, trying to wall fuck him. But man, and Patty's 8 years younger than him, right? So 29 versus 37. And that's almost a decade. So that's one thing I wonder about. You know, Pat, you said he just had twins, right? So it's like, how long can he keep this inflation and deflation? That's an age thing. That's something that young can do. But as you get older, your weight comes off slower and slower. Like it's harder and harder to get the same weight off.
Right.
Dude, when me and you were fighting, dude, I literally had this thought the other day when me and you were fighting, dude, we would take like fucking diarrhea pills and shit like that. It was like whatever we could do to get the fucking weight off. There was no science. There was no eating the right way. It was like, oh yeah, just go get some laxatives, dudes. It'll come right out of you. Yeah. And like now I'm thinking, like, because then we got all this science on the hydration and just how badly your performance is when you dehydrate yourself like that. And it's like takes away like 20%, minimum 20% of your strength, power, speed, all this stuff. And dude, I mean, we were both cutting an insane amount of weight, the dumbest of ways. It was just like we didn't have our coaches didn't even tell us what to do. They were literally like, I don't even think they even gave us like any type of advice. They're just like, yeah, make sure you're on weight, dude. And we're like, oh, all right, I guess we're gonna go sit in the sauna all night and take laxative.
Yeah, a week and a half out, stop eating and stop drinking anything and start shitting if you have to.
yeah. But back to the fight, dude. Obviously it goes down to if Patty's actually gonna engage with him. Because dude, his last two fights were fucking snooze fest, dude.
Yeah, and this will be too, Scott. This will be too. He's gonna do exactly what he needs to do to win, and he knows what's on the line here. He knows what's on the line here, and this is this risky thing that, you know, it's almost like the Sean O'Malley style, where Sean O'Malley was like educating these up and coming fighters for on their first deal. Like, listen, like I'm not taking a big fight until I get paid, and it's not a bad idea, but this is where you run the risk. You haven't been super active. You have life happening to you. It's your last fight on your deal, and you got a dog and a man named Bobby Green that's going to be coming forward this entire fight. So this is a good one to watch. This is a good one to watch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good. Next one, dude. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. Again, I think they're honey dicking us. No one wants to see this fight. Come on, Tom Aspinall should be fighting either Pereira or Jones. I feel like, I mean, I guess from the money aspect, right? They're making the right moves. They're making us wait. We just want to see it. But I guess they're going to be like, oh, let's give them a couple setups here and there, see how it all plays out over the next year and a half. Those fuckers, dude.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, for real. Because, 309 is not going to be till when? Fucking October or November. And then they're not going to do another fight until for another 6 months. And there'll be a crazy lead up.
Yep. And I feel like Tom Aspinall hasn't really even had an opportunity to really show who he really is. I think he's very talented. I think he's going to be very talented. I think the UFC hasn't been doing as much for him because, again, nobody even cares. because we all know what we like. No one gives a shit about what's happening unless it's Pereira John, or if it's, you know what I mean, one of these other big fights. And I think Tom Aspinall is going to go in there and absolutely destroy Curtis Blades. And everyone's going to be like, and I'm sure Tom's going to make a John Jones call out for the 500th time in his life. You know, even though he's already said that he's done talking about him, he's not going to be done talking about him. Or he's going to call out Pereira. I don't know what he's going to do, but it'll be interesting to see. I don't think the fight even needs to happen, like you said, Scott. I think that, like, come on, like, what's happening here? Like, what is this? You know,
Yeah.
they were just keeping people busy or what?
Yeah. Well, dude, what cracks me up about this fight, well, with Tom Aspinall, it's like this little trend that we're starting to see, like Tom Aspinall, Michael Chandler, right? The whole thing going on with Volk and Holloway. It's like, dude, anything can happen and change your whole position, like your whole career. It's like, dude, Michael Chandler came in. He was about to be one of the biggest athletes ever, dude. He's about to fight Conor fucking McGregor and be paid fucking goddamn year and a half later. It might not even happen, dude. Conor might just go say, fuck it, I'm going to just go fight over here or take a different fight because whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think Conor's coming back. I mean, but goddamn, does that dude do a good job at staying on the internet, boy? I mean, holy hell. He should teach classes. He should teach clinics on this is how you don't forget about somebody. I mean, that guy is fucking awesome.
And you want to know, he's got already proof of like people he's shown. Dude, his grappling coach that he had when he was going like right before Khabib and all that, right? Like at the height of his career, he picked Dylan Dennis to be his grappling coach and pretty much taught him, you know, what to do. Just be a fucking loudmouth. Dude, Dylan Dennis hasn't done shit in so fucking long. But dude, he still gets fight offers, bro. Like he ain't even fighting. I think didn't he fight one of what was it, Logan or something, and just like fall down and not really.
Yeah, it was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. They stopped the fight. They stopped the fight because it just turned into a fucking circus.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, and then now he's like, I think there's like celebrities calling him out to fight, and so this dude's still somehow finding a way to get paid money to literally do nothing.
And I always joke about Dylan Dennis. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he got punked by Ariel Helwani, and Ariel Helwani can't punk anybody.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Ariel Helwani. I mean, he's a savage, but I'm just saying, bro, you shouldn't be getting thrown around, you know, called out like that. And, you know, Dylan Dennis almost went in hiding after, I think Ariel said something like, "Are you the only guy that talks and doesn't fight, or what?" It's hilarious.
Yeah, when right, the professional non-fighter talker is calling you the same dudes.
That's not good. That's not good. You know, you're on the back half of your career if that's what's going down. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, and dude, you could argue that he never even had one, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what was he, a purple belt world champ or something, or
yeah,
like that happened?
I think maybe he got one at brown belt. So he had a really killer tear at brown belt.
Yeah.
And that's like this idea, dude. He literally took old ass wins and is still riding off that, dude.
Right.
So
right.
It's like this reminder that like you don't need that much to get there, you know? It's like this guy turned old ass fights that no one even gives a fuck about, and he's still getting paid a shit ton. But so my point being is that we were talking about Chandler and Conor McGregor with the whole thing with Tom Aspinall. It's like, dude, what was it? 8 months ago, it was Tom Aspinall was the guy, and it's like only a matter of time before he wins. Now, dude, no one cares about Tom Aspinall.
Right.
I want to and then whoever wins out of that is like, I guess the next guy's Aspinall after that. That's a year later, dude. A year later, maybe I'll see. And who knows what could happen, dude? Who knows? It's like it just cracks me up, just like how fast you could be like the guy to being no one gives a fuck, or no one gives a fuck about you to being the guy.
Yeah, dude, it's a harsh. You're so right. It is a harsh sport, bro. It is harsh. It's like,
Yeah,
and you could be on top of the world. You get one brutal knockout, and everyone's clowning you on social for like.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you lose me?
Just for a second, you're good. But everyone's clowning you, right? Wow.
Am I back?
Yep.
All right.
So
All right, we'll have to figure that out.
yeah, it's all good. I think if you turn on your do not disturb, that might help.
Okay.
Like if you swipe down, there should be like a little moon.
Oh, yep, there it is. All right. I'm new to this, so we'll get better every week. So.
Amen, brother. That's the goal.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah. So, and yeah, just another example of what we're talking about, dude. Right. So Chandler waiting for the fight with Conor McGregor, and now there's a good chance it might not even happen. Well, the same thing's happened with Arman Sarukian.
Yep.
He turned down that fight, and the UFC goes, "Oh, okay. Oh, you think you fight on your terms? Oh, all right. Well, they're saying that they might give Michael Chandler a title fight. Like
Wow.
they're in a scramble trying to find somebody because I guess Arman can't do it for whatever reason.
Right.
And it's like, dude, they're literally giving fucking Islam Makhachev fucking anybody. I mean, dude, there's
I know.
yeah, dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough.
And
Islam is like, I don't know. I like him a lot, but I mean, I just don't even know. I mean,
dude, how can 155 be the toughest division to be good at, but then somehow at the very top, nobody's there?
yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the gap is so big between the champion and but I always said in the UFC, like that's how you know it's time to move up. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of these guys don't want to do that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. He's saying he should go to a different weight class.
Yeah, I mean, if you're run, and he's definitely a weight weenie. I mean, all those fucking those Russian camp guys they're all weight weenies, bro. I mean, it took Khabib fucking 5 years to even be able to make weight once. Like it's crazy. And then
Yeah.
and then there you go, Scott. They found some money, right? And like Jake Paul, right? And then now they got their whole weight figured out. Their nutrition's all figured out. Everything's dialed in, so now they can make weight. You know what I mean? But when they were first starting, Khabib, I mean, how many times did he not fight Tony Ferguson? But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But
Yeah.
back to Islam. Like Islam, how many people do you got to beat up brutally to realize, like, all right, maybe I should go up and fight people my size? Which I don't hate on it. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to. But if you want to be considered one of the best to ever do this sport, as crazy it is to say in 2024, you got to win in two divisions. And I can't believe we're even talking like that, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And dude, if you look at the size difference between Islam and Arman, dude, Arman's tiny compared to Islam, dude.
yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades. It should be,
Yeah.
dude. It's the odds are minus 380 to plus 300. So
Yeah.
I think everyone pretty confident that Tom Aspinall is just going to walk through him. Because what Curtis Blades' biggest thing is holding people down on the ground. I think everyone's pretty confident that's not happening with Aspinall.
Yeah.
And then last thing, we got the main event, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad. What are your thoughts, bro? What are your thoughts?
This is a funny fight. So this is funny. This is a really funny fight. I guess Muhammad's due because he has been like, doing this shit for a while. I mean, I think the last time he fought was at Gilbert Burns. Did he fight Gilbert Burns last? Was that the last one?
I'll check it right now.
Yeah, I think it was Gilbert Burns. But I mean, he does have really powerful wins against like a Stephen Thompson, Damian Maya. But they are all like, I mean, nobody will remember him. Nobody will remember him, but he did beat really good guys. I think Leon Edwards is talented, but I'm not even really sure how Leon's got here. I think Muhammad's gonna beat him, and I mean, it's tough to beat someone in their hometown and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I gotta stick with my gut. I gotta go with Muhammad. I gotta go with him. I don't want to either, and I swear to God on my life, I don't want to. So, but I think that if I have to give advice on who's gonna win this, right, or like if I have to pick one, I gotta go with Muhammad. I think that he's just gonna be a little bit too much for Leon Edwards as far as pressure. I think Leon's not gonna be able to get off the mat. I don't think Leon's seen a guy like Muhammad. It's been a lot of stand up. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of stand up fights and boxing and kickboxing. I don't. I think Muhammad's gonna run around him and chase him down and have no more than 4 inches of separation between their face for the entire fight.
Mm.
So it'll be. I don't know how inappropriate I'm allowed to get on this show yet, but it's probably gonna look like two dudes banging missionary. So.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, so what I wonder though is, I mean, I guess he does put on a better pace than Usman, right? So, I mean,
Yep.
the style is similar. I will say that Usman did start to get more into the striking because I think he had a couple knockout wins over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he beat up.
Knocked Masvidal's teeth right out. Knocked
Right.
Masvidal's mouthpiece right across the ring, and that was one of the coldest knockouts I've ever seen. After
Yeah.
what was a pretty decent fight in the first fight. I mean, it was. I know what you mean, though. How you could kind of get on that rocket ship and think, "Oh, I'm a boxer now," you know?
Yeah, because he also broke Homeboy's jaw.
Yeah.
White dude, can't remember, Colby Covington. So he broke Colby
Yep.
Covington's jaw.
Yeah.
And then knocks out Masvidal. So maybe he has it in his mind that he can go toe to toe with Leon Edwards, and then got proved wrong. So then, maybe Muhammad goes in there smarter and doesn't try to play the striking, because I think we all know that the strike, no way that Belal's going to be able to trade with Leon in the striking, right? The only way he stands
No shot.
using the jab, running him to the cage, trying to get him back on his back.
We've seen these fights. We've seen these fights before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he had a 5-round decision with Burns. But dude, below that though, I mean, dude, his record is not that impressive. If you look at the wins, hey, all these guys beat me up, obviously, right? But
oh, no doubt. Oh yeah, we have to make sure we tell everybody that. We're just talking shit, but they would definitely beat us up.
So yeah, I mean, dude, I'm gonna go against you on this one, dude. I think I'm gonna take Belal, or not Belal. I'm gonna take Leon Edwards, because I think it can be hard to take down, dude, especially once he starts to break a sweat. I mean, I watched Usman just not make it happen for 5 rounds straight, and so I think Leon can get it done if he goes in there and doesn't pick up. I think because Belal's gonna come out the gate fast. He's gonna come out the gate trying to win the round one. And I think Leon's more the guy to fucking pace himself and get better as the rounds go on. So I think that's going to be the major thing, is who sets the pace. Is Leon going to be on his back foot running from Belal the whole time, or is he going to be able to slow him down, like stick him with the jab, get him hesitant, and then pace the match out? So I'm gonna go with Leon, dude. We should do like dollar bets or something. Just so we
definitely should. Well, we got to get something going. That's for sure.
I need to come up with like a fucking little like bet graphic that just shows like who we're taking, who's got $1 where.
Yeah, and we'll just see where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah. Just so we hold each other accountable for who.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No. There's definitely punishments for losing around here.
Yeah.
It might start as $1, but we're gonna start getting on air jumping jacks whenever I want them. We're gonna start, we're gonna make some shit interesting. You'll be back there doing monkey fuckers if I get too far ahead of you. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Well, buddy, I think we did it, dude.
Yeah.
I think we did it, bro. I think we just broke down fucking what's going on in boxing, broke down UFC 304. Anything you want to say, dude?
No, I'm excited to keep it up. Hopefully the fans enjoy this stuff, and hopefully we can get some people involved. Maybe start coming up with a more planned schedule. Get some people on the live stream that we can communicate with and talk some shit back. There's nothing us two love more than talking shit. So if we can get some other people in here that got something to say, let's get it done.
Yeah, I think this thing I can. It says like I can have up to 6 to 9 people. So
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we're gonna get the whole block in here.
yeah, yeah. And so, dude, I'm pretty sure in order for you to restream on YouTube, your ass needs 50 subs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you're out there. Subscribe to my buddy Jake. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have
Give us some help.
comment down in the comment section, and we're gonna get this fucker 50 subscribers so we can fucking be official around this motherfucker.
They don't even know who I am out there, so I need some help, please, boys.
Why is he talking to bots? So we got to get you verified around this mofo. But yeah, dude, this was fun. Didn't take too long. I think we only streamed for like 40 minutes or so.
Yep.
But yeah, let's keep this going, buddy. And I appreciate anybody who popped in. We had a bunch of people popping in and out on Instagram. I think I screwed it all by constantly fucking the streaming thing up. But
well, we'll get better with that too as we go. We're new to this, so we're gonna start locking this down. We'll be fine in no time.
Yeah, we're about to be official as fuck. But shit, we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in.